skills to get us to the next level. Plus, with flexible on-learning, we can do it on our time. Now it's your time. Get the W. Walden University. Set a course for change. Visit waldenu.edu to learn more. Certified to operate by Chev.
Mother Ashley Johnson and her boyfriend Michael Kendricks are facing charges related to his care, disappearance, and discovery.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto. Cops say Creechbaum's body parts were found in bags near McClure Street.
Yeah, the coroner's office says the remains contained an incomplete skeleton and very little tissue.
A police report suggests the boy had several bone fractures as well.
Yeah, now WHIO working to figure out who was and who should have been involved in Herschel's child welfare case before he died.
Stay tuned here as we work to bring you the very latest on this story as it develops on your station for breaking news, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Tracking another hot and humid day as temperatures climb into the 90s this afternoon across the Miami Valley. I'm weather specialist Nick Dunn. I'll break down my full forecast coming up.
An accident on 35 westbound at Smithville Road has at least the left lane blocked. We are seeing big backups in this area. This is definitely a spot to avoid if you can get off 35 before Smithville, either at Woodman or before that. You would save a lot of time this morning. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO, Triple Team Traffic.
I'm Larry Hanskin. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Well, President Trump, a sharp critic of the Federal Reserve's chairman, plans to visit the central bank today.
President Trump will visit the central bank's headquarters in D.C. just days after suggesting Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell could be fired over the costly renovation of two Fed buildings, which the president called disgraceful.
That's Fox's Carmen Roberts.
Dayton Public Schools have sent a survey out to parents. It wants to know how they plan to get their high school students to school when classes start.
This is because the state no longer allows Dayton Public to use RTA buses if they go through the downtown hub. The survey asked, given that DPS can no longer legally purchase bus passes for students, what will your student do this school year? And if your student participates in after-school activities, is getting transportation to or from these activities a challenge for you?
That is News Center 7's James Brown. DPS telling our news team that they will have updated busing information for parents early next month.
The National Weather Service confirming a third tornado touchdown in Shelby County during Saturday night storms.
The EF0 twister touched down around 9:14 near the Sidney-Freyberg Road. Now, this comes after two more tornadoes were confirmed in Clark County, an EF0 near Northampton and an EF1 in Northridge.
That's WHIO's Ian James reporting.
In Clark County, we're learning about a deadly shooting in Springfield that happened yesterday afternoon.
Springfield police say they were called to East Cecil Street for reports of a shooting around 3:45 p.m. They told us that while a lot was still under investigation at the time, there was a person of interest that they were speaking with.
That is WHIO's Christine Bellino.
A Dayton man now facing murder charges in the shooting death of his uncle earlier this month.
Prosecutors say Damaris Jones got into an argument with 42-year-old Paul Body inside a vehicle, then shot Body and ran off. A female inside that car identified Jones as the shooter. Bond is set at $1 million for Jones, and he's due in court Tuesday.
That's WHIO's Benjamin Fridkiss.
Updating his story, we're following in Montgomery County here. Dayton City Commissioners say no to a levy proposal for a new hospital.
The Clergy Community Coalition collected enough signatures to bring the plan to a vote by the commission. The levy would raise $2 million a year to build the hospital, but commissioners say that falls well short of what's needed, and there's no site identified for the project.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa. The group now has 3 weeks to collect another 1,200 signatures to get it on the November ballot.
3 Ohio State football players get honored by the Big Ten.
Senior linebacker Sonny Styles, junior safety Caleb Downs, and sophomore wide receiver Jeremiah Smith were chosen during Big Ten Media Days in Las Vegas Tuesday. A university spokesperson says Smith was the only unanimous choice. Coach Ryan Day told the media Smith got bigger, stronger, and faster.
That's WHIO's Jason Michaels. WHIO News Time is 7:05.
This is a WHIO Red Alert traffic update.
Problem on 35, here's Will Taylor.
Yes, issue on 35 westbound at Smithville Road. We have a crash there. This is gotten backed up very, very quickly. If you can exit 35 either at Woodman or before that, we're getting backed up very quickly this morning. At least the left lane is blocked. They're trying to funnel traffic through. Police and crews are on scene at this time. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO, Triple Team Traffic.
NFL training camps opened, and Browns star defensive end Myles Garrett met with the media yesterday.
I expect to get to the Super Bowl. That's our expectation every year. I expect to run back to Defensive Player of the Year. So, keeping both those things in mind, I have to be the very best player I can be every single day. Whether we're practicing or playing, as soon as I step in the building, I'll be the best version of myself and the best leader I can possibly.
And all Browns games will be heard right here on your Dayton radio home for the Browns. In news from Bengals camp, defensive end Trey Hendrickson and first-round draft pick Shamar Stewart remain contract holdouts. Well, still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, police officers are shot in a city near Cleveland, ambush style. That story is coming up in just 2 minutes. WHI News Time, 7:06.
I know it's scary to hear someone tell you to get in your safe spot during a storm. But aren't you glad we're here to say it? Live Storm Center 7 coverage during any weather situation. WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it. What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
I'm Ron Otto with my Sports Rundown, my opinion on the big stories in sports. While the Cincinnati Reds are trending up, my Cleveland Guardians are trending down. And to me, it comes down to two organizational problems. They rarely spend money, and they can't develop position players. It's one thing if you don't have a big payroll, but you need to fill the holes with a solid minor league system. Pitching hasn't been the problem, but the only position players they've developed since the 90s have been Francisco Lindor, Victor Martinez, Jose Ramirez, and Steven Kwan. And Lindor is in New York, and Martinez is retired. It could also come down to basic philosophy. The powers that be keep telling us, just make it to the playoffs. Anything can happen. I say spend a little more money and make something happen. Saying anything can happen is like not investing in retirement, then relying on a winning lottery ticket to pay for it. Anything can happen, right? I'm Ron Otto, and that's my Sports Rundown. For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. July 20th, 1957, former Ohio governor and founder of WHIO Radio, James Cox, dies at the age of 87.
I'm going to step off the limb.
July 20th, 1969, Wapakoneta's Neil Armstrong becomes the first person to step on the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
July 21st, 2024, President Joe Biden abandons his campaign for a second term and endorses Vice President Kamala Harris.
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
July 22nd, 1934, public enemy number 1, John Dillinger, is shot dead by federal agents outside a movie theater in Chicago. And July 24th, 1982, Survivor's Eye of the Tiger from the Rocky III soundtrack starts a 6-week run at number 1. For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto.
Good morning, Dayton. You're waking up with the information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Condolences this morning to the Riazzi family and the Flyer Nation. Former UD basketball standout Carmen Riazzi has passed away. He was 90. We have 74 degrees now. It's 7:09.
9 minutes after 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, with today's very hot weather, if you work outside or if you have outdoor plans today, pay attention to your body. Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney.
Make sure that you're taking it easy out there, staying hydrated. If you start feeling overheated, find some AC.
And of course, stay with Dayton Severe Weather Station for updates on what you need to know about this week's weather in the hours ahead.
In Wisconsin, missing Viterbo University student Elliot Hines was found dead. Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer reports.
Police discovered the 22-year-old Wisconsin graduate student's body in the Mississippi River more than a dozen miles from where she was last seen after 4 days of searching. Hines has disappeared after walking from a bar at about 2:30 Sunday morning, according to the La Crosse Police Department.
Yeah, police have not yet determined the cause of death.
Breaking news this morning. All 49 people on board a Russian passenger plane have been killed in a crash.
The aircraft disappeared from radar in Russia's far eastern Amur region. 5 children were among its 43 passengers and 6 crew. Russian news agency TASS reports there are no survivors. Already, pilot error during landing in poor visibility is being considered a potential reason for the crash.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage.
And more troubling news for Tesla. The company's sales and profits fell sharply again in the latest quarter. A car company that has faced boycotts for months said sales dropped 12% and profits slumped 16% in the 3 months through June.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
San Diego's Comic-Con opens its doors.
Comic-Con 2025 kicks off for 4 days of fandom, spanning TVs, movies, comics, and more. For the first time ever, Star Wars creator George Lucas will appear to unveil a sneak peek at the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, set to open in L.A. next year.
That's Fox's Michelle Polino reporting. WHIO News Time 7:11.
This is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day forecast is coming your way courtesy of Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
For your Thursday, lots of sunshine, just a 20% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm with a high in the lower 90s. Better chances for showers and storms arrive Friday and Saturday. High temperatures climbing into the upper 80s both afternoons. A lingering thunderstorm possible on Sunday with highs close to 90, and we're back into the lower 90s and staying muggy for Monday with more sunshine.
Well, our live Doppler 7 radar is clear, and we got 68 in Springfield, 74 in Huber Heights, and 74 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This is a WHIO Red Alert traffic update.
Problem on 35. Here's Will Taylor.
Yeah, Larry, this is a pretty big issue on 35 westbound at Smithville Road. I've got a better look now of the crash site, and it looks like they're actually only funneling traffic through one lane, through the center lane. So definitely a spot to avoid this morning if you can exit 35 westbound before Woodman or even before that. You could save you quite some time this morning. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
The Reds avoid a sweep, shutting out the Nationals in Washington 5-0. Guardians beat the Orioles 3-2. Cleveland's now won 4 in a row, 11 of their last 13. South Bend beat the Dragons downtown 6-2. That series will continue tonight at Day Air Ballpark. And why we should care about a mayoral election in New York City. That's something we asked Brian Kilmeade earlier this morning. You'll hear his response coming up in just 2 minutes. WHIO News Time is 7:13.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Is your car's AC acting up? Keep cool this summer by visiting your trusted automotive air conditioning repair experts. Breathe a little easier by making an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
Here at WHIO, we've talked to a lot of folks recently, and the top concern you have is getting consumer information you need and want. You need to know the scams out there, how you can get ripped off, where to spend your money, and where to save money and make the most out of every dollar. That's why we're proud to have consumer warrior Clark Howard as part of the WHIO team. You'll hear his updates all day long. Clark Howard, only in Dayton on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's News and Talk. Depends.
Hey, buddy, you look a little down. You okay?
I don't know how I lost it all.
Bartender, 2 strawberry milkshakes.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, make it a double for my friend here.
I was the fastest thing around.
Fastest?
Need cat food from the store? Zoom, zoom, no browsing. Want me to make you a sandwich? Pow, zing, you got a sandwich.
But you're not the fastest thing anymore?
Not since I found out about Apex Pros.
Oh, the pros who knows.
If you got a busted AC, those guys get to you right away.
I've heard that about Apex. They're Johnny on the spot.
That's my name.
Sorry. Hey, how about those milkshakes?
I've never heard of this. You call Apex Pros and boom, they're at the house. Used to be you'd call a repair guy and maybe they'd show up when it's convenient for them, but not Apex. Just call and whoosh.
Yeah, you can even schedule online and it's faster. I'm sorry. Hey, milkshakes, come on.
No doubt about it. Dayton loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin. Summer's here, painting season, but not for me. I'll never lift a paintbrush again. Instead, I call my friends at University Painters. Call Chris today at 937-630-3800 for your free estimate and save 50% off all paint and materials. And don't just think about the outside of your home during summer. Now is also a great time to spruce things up inside. Call today, 937-630-3800 or online, universitypainters.com.
News on WHIO.
716, I'm Larry Hanskin, 74 degrees in Dayton. And here are the big three things you need to know. Partly cloudy and hot today with a high in the low 90s. Heat index over 100. And we got a traffic red alert, 35 westbound at Smithville. Left-hand lane is blocked. Traffic is backing up. We'll have more on that in just about 3 minutes. And earlier today, we had a chance to visit with Brian Kilmeade. You'll hear his show coming up live 9 to noon. And I asked him why we in the Miami Valley should be concerned about a mayoral election in New York City.
Yeah, I just think this Mondami story is so much bigger. You're 100% right. I think because he has got a mayor running in who agrees the same thing with he does with this socialist agenda, this, dare I say, Marxist agenda over in Minneapolis for mayor, and he's got the Democratic nomination. There's another extremist running for the open Senate seat in Michigan, and the people that are getting the most money in Congress right now, led by AOC, are the extremists on the left. So whatever you think the future of the party, whatever you view Donald Trump, you look at Mondami and you watch this guy win the Democratic primary, and I know Cuomo's a really disgraced character, and not many people know about what Eric Adams has done, but he's had to leave his party. The indictments, it looks like he was targeted by Biden, but he seems to be, Trump seems to like him, so he is fourth. Curtis Sliwa has a way. But all I can tell you is that this guy wants to actually open up 5 city-run supermarkets, which have failed in Chicago and Kansas. This guy actually wants to ban billionaires. He's encouraging them to leave the city. He is not a capitalist. He goes, I don't like capitalists. We should not have billionaires. He spoke out against Israel. He says he's going to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu, which doesn't have the power to do, and Modi, because he doesn't like the way he's running his country and over in India. So if anybody thinks this 33-year-old is just New York's problem, he's coming to a city near you.
Yeah, and I think that can't be emphasized enough, Brian, and that's why I called upon you to to shine the light on this for our listeners. Now, what do you got coming up on the show today?
We got a big show. I got Mark Thiessen, Senator James Langford. Get this, Senator John Thune is going to be on with us too. You know, everyone's talking about the investigations of Obama, the investigation led by Tulsi Gabbard, their investigation on Epstein. I need to know more. The investigation on Joe Biden. Was he ever really in control of the Oval Office? But the thing that matters most is that big, beautiful bill. Love it or hate it, you got to know what's in it. It's coming to a theater near you, your economy near you, I should say. And then you have the trade deal with Japan. What does it mean for us? What about the trade deal with the Philippines? What about the trade deal with the UK and Indonesia? What about the one that's on deck with the EU? How does that affect you? Well, the polls show the people are not feeling the economic gains in these big pledges of infrastructure in terms of power and energy. So we need to explain. Senator John Thune is going to begin to do that while he gets set to go on break with all these other, I think, distractions in these investigations.
More on the Brian Kilmeade Show coming up live this morning from 9 until noon. Time to take a look at our forecast now at 7:19, our 5-day extended outlook with Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
For your Thursday, the Storm Center 7 forecast calls for mainly sunny sky, just a 20% chance of a pop-up this afternoon with highs in the lower 90s, although those rain chances, they are certainly on the increase for Friday and Saturday. Showers and thunderstorms likely with highs in the middle to upper 80s. For Sunday, a lingering thunderstorm with highs in the upper 80s to near 90, and we're back into the lower 90s to kick off the new work week on Monday with more sunshine.
Live Doppler 7 radar clear. We got 68 in Springfield, 70 at Wright Pat, 74 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This is a WHIO Red Alert traffic update.
And with live details on this problem on 35, here is Will Taylor.
Yes, Larry, this is 35 westbound at Smithville Road. I can see now that only the center lane is open as police and crews try and clean this crash up. This has gotten backed up very quickly, and it doesn't appear to be getting clear anytime soon. So if you can get off 35, either before Woodman or before that could save you a lot of time. And then another issue that just popped up, this is southbound 75 at the Miami-Montgomery County line. The right shoulder's blocked right now, but that's going to change. A vehicle there has flipped over on its top, so this is going to take some time to clear up. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO, Triple Team Traffic.
The University of Dayton men's basketball team ranked 15th in the nation in average attendance for this past season, an average of 13,407 fans per game. That's the fourth consecutive year UD has sold out its entire season. And a social media app is taking steps to ensure teen safety. We've got that in-depth impact story coming up in just 3 minutes. WHIO News Time 721.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
Nobody likes to be told what to think. That's why we're careful to make sure our news is right down the middle. Both sides and all viewpoints. Then you decide what you think about it. Dayton's News and Talk is WHIO. Depend on it.
Licensed in the respective state or county.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Tri-State Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to TriStateMen'sHealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin. Summer's here, painting season, but not for me. I'll never lift a paintbrush again. Instead, I call my friends at University Painters. Call Chris today at 937-630-3800 for your free estimate and save 50% off all paint and materials. And don't just think about the outside of your home during summer. Now's also a great time to spruce things up inside. Call today, 937-630-3800 or online, universitypainters.com.
Greene County Career Center's Peace Officer Basic Training Program can prepare you for the state certification exam. Academy start date is September 8th. Call the Greene County Career Center at 937-372-6941. Financial aid is available for those who qualify.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Breaking news all morning. The Storm Center 7 forecast to start your day and triple team traffic. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning, I'm Larry Hanskin.
I tried to make tequila once, but I didn't know what was in it besides worms. It's pretty gross.
Still got me drunk, though.
And today is National Tequila Day. It's 74 degrees at 7:25.
25 minutes after 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Radliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, could rain help cool down this extremely hot weather?
Not expecting a widespread rain chance today across the Miami Valley to cool us off, but we do see better chances for showers and storms Friday and Saturday. The only problem with that is it's going to be very muggy, so any rain that does fall could be quite heavy at times, leading to isolated pockets of flooding.
That's Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
This is WHIO continuing news.
Now, here is a WHIO impact story, which means we take you in depth on a major story every hour.
The parent company of Instagram taking new steps to ensure teens' safety while using the app.
Yeah, Fox's Lisa Lucera has more on what we know about this.
Meta says it's removed thousands of accounts that were leaving sexualized comments or requesting sexual images from adult-run accounts to kids under 13. And it says of those, 135,000 were commenting and another 500,000 were linked to accounts that interacted inappropriately. Earlier this year, Meta began to test the use of AI to determine if kids are lying about their ages on Instagram, which is technically only allowed for those over 13. If it's determined a user is lying about their age, the account will automatically default to a teen account where private messages are restricted to people a teen follows.
Yeah, numerous states are suing Meta, accusing it of deliberately designing features on Instagram and Facebook that get children addicted. WHIO News Time, 7:26.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen on a Thursday, or as we like to call it, Friday Eve. With that being the case, the weekend is within sight. Let's find out what's happening.
The WHIO Weekend Preview with what's happening around the Miami Valley. Here's Chris Hartley.
Straight No Chaser is going to be performing this Friday night over at the Rose. You can take a step back into the 90s. That show's going to start at 7 p.m. Tickets on sale now, rosemusiccenter.com. There's going to be a family movie night. That's in West Carrollton on Friday night over at Wilson Park. You can bring lawn chairs and blankets. There's going to be free popcorn, also cornhole, bubbles, inflatables, games, all kinds of fun. It's going to begin at 8 p.m. The movie will start at dark. The Preble County Fair, that's going to be on Saturday over at the Preble County Fairgrounds. Demolition Derby, tractor pull, rodeo, food, rides, and more. The fair is going to run through August 2nd. And Pineapple Fest is happening down at Austin Landing. That's going to be on Saturday. Lots of food and drinks that are pineapple themed, live music, hula and fire dancers, and more. Festival is going to kick off at 3 p.m. It's going to run through 10. Getting you out into the Miami Valley, I'm Chris Hartley, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
This is the legendary WHIO, the king of sports in Ohio. We've got the biggest sports teams and leagues on both radio and TV. This year, we're proud to be the home of NFL with Cincinnati Bengals football on Channel 7. The Southwest Ohio home of the Cleveland Browns on WHIO Radio. The biggest Big Ten games during the season every Saturday, including Ohio State football. The CBS NFL Game of the Week. The home of University of Dayton basketball and football. The Touchdown 7 high school football games of the week. The Dayton home of March Madness, the Masters, and PGA Championship. When it comes to the absolute biggest sports brands, WHIO Radio and Television is the king of Dayton sports. WHIO, Dayton's news, talk, and sports station.
This sale only happens once a year, the Honda Summer Event. Get our biggest savings on new Hondas, KBB.com's best performance brand and best value brand. All Honda cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs are on sale, including Civic Hybrid, the 2025 North American Car of the Year. With Honda Hybrids, get continuous driving. The battery charges as you drive. Don't miss the Honda Summer Event with big summer savings. Search your local Honda dealer today. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
You are a very important person. You show up, put in the work, and bring your best to each and every day. It isn't always glamorous or easy, but it's worth it because you're building a life for yourself and those you love. That means a lot, and so do you. When you open an account at Park National Bank, you get more than you might expect. Your own personal banker and the VIP treatment you deserve. Park National Bank, where you mean more. Member FDIC.
This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. WHIO Dayton Springfield, celebrating 90 years of being Dayton's news and talk station. Depend on it.
Good morning. It's 7:30. I'm Larry Hansgen, and welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Thursday, July 24th, 74 degrees in Dayton. Big three things you need to know. Going to be partly cloudy and hot today. High in the low 90s, heat index over 100. We got a traffic red alert. Things are okay now on 35, but southbound 75 at the Miami-Montgomery County line, the right-hand lane is blocked. And our top local story, court today for the two people charged in the death of 7-year-old Herschel Creechbaum.
Police arrested Herschel's mom, Ashley Johnson, and her boyfriend, Michael Kendricks, after finding the boy's remains.
That's News Center 7's Letitia Perry. Police say the boy's body parts were found in bags near McClure Street, which is about a quarter mile away from where he was living.
The Montgomery County Coroner's Office says the remains contained an incomplete skeleton and very little tissue. The report also suggests the boy had several bone fractures.
Herschel's mother, Ashley Johnson, and her boyfriend, Michael Kendrick, are in jail, but they are not currently charged with homicide.
Of course, we'll be following what happens today in the courtroom, and we'll bring you the very latest on this story here on your station for breaking news, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
A heat advisory goes into effect late this morning through this evening across the Miami Valley. I'm weather specialist Nick Dunn. I'll break down what that means in my full forecast coming up.
Southbound 75 at the Miami-Montgomery County line. The right lane is blocked because of a crash there. This is starting to get backed up fairly quickly, so if you can avoid this, I would. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Radliff.
Well, grand juries indicted a man investigators say shot and killed his uncle.
On North Main Street, police found Paul Body dead in a car earlier this month. Prosecutors said Damaris Jones shot Body when the two got into an argument. Jones faces murder, felony assault, and tampering with evidence charges.
That's News Center 7's James Brown.
A motorcyclist is dead after a crash in Moraine last night.
And that is according to Moraine police. The crash occurred near the intersection of Hempel Road and Germantown Pike around 8:10 p.m. Upon arrival, officers learned a three-wheeled motorcycle collided with a sedan. The motorcyclist, who was just identified as a male, was ejected from the bike and his identity wasn't immediately available. The driver of the sedan was hospitalized with minor injuries.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor. It's unclear who is at fault at this time.
Happening today, Clark County commissioners will hold the first of two public hearings for a possible levy to fund a detention center.
The levy is for an additional sales and use tax of 0.5% for 20 years. The money could go toward building a new one or buying and repairing an existing building. The hearing will be held in the County Fairgrounds Arts and Crafts Building at 6:30 p.m.
WHIO's Ron Otto reporting a second hearing set for next Wednesday in the commission chambers on East Main Street in Springfield.
At the Dayton International Airport getting $80 million from the state for renovations.
The money will be used to renovate or build new runways and taxiways, as well as new roads either on airport property or to access it. It will also be used to expand hangars for Joby Aviation to use for air taxis and Sierra Nevada to use for improving federal government aircrafts.
That is WHIO's Parker Testa. Construction could start late this year or early next year.
The 2025 Ohio State Fair underway this week in Columbus.
And the fair opened with something new, a new state-of-the-art entry gate. Governor DeWine, Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel, Expo Center, and State Fair General Manager Adam Heffron, and members of the Ohio Exposition Commission cut the ribbon on the new gate to open this, the 170th Ohio State Fair.
That's WHIO's Jason Michaels.
Meanwhile, Columbia University has reached a deal with the Trump administration to pay more than $220 million to the federal government. The agreement was made to restore federal research money that was canceled in the name of combating anti-Semitism on campus.
Well, breaking news this morning. Border clashes between Thailand and Cambodia have killed some civilians.
Fighting is reported in at least 6 areas along the Thai-Cambodian border. Border crossings have been sealed and the two countries have withdrawn their ambassadors.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage.
In baseball news, a Los Angeles Dodgers star hits a special home run against the Minnesota Twins.
Shohei Ohtani is simply amazing. Ohtani homered for the 5th consecutive game on Wednesday, tying a Dodgers franchise record. Ohtani left the yard in the first inning against the Twins, matching a record set by Max Muncy, Jock Peterson, Adrian Gonzalez, Matt Kemp, Sean Green, and Roy Campanella.
That's Fox's Joe Morgan reporting.
Out west in San Diego, Comic-Con 2025 kicks off.
Fans can expect panels for Paramount Plus's Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy, a revamped King of the Hill, and new seasons of Peacemaker. Other highlights include Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Alien Earth, Interview with a Vampire, and more.
That's Fox's Michelle Polino. WHIO News Time is 7:35.
This is a WHIO Red Alert traffic update.
Problem on I-75. Here's Will Taylor.
Yes, this is I-75 southbound at the Miami-Montgomery County line. A vehicle there is flipped over on its top. They have the right lane blocked currently. Police and crews are on scene at this time to try and clear this up, but this has created about a 10-minute backup. So if you do want to avoid this, I would get off at County Road 25A, or you could get off at State Route 571 and then re-enter southbound 75 at National Road. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO, Triple Team Traffic.
Even though we're winding down the month of July, your consumer warrior Clark Howard recently told me there's still some time for summer travel and at great prices.
And I've been seeing fares around the United States that are crazy cheap. And then if anybody's interested in going overseas, the fares to Europe for travel late August and beyond have been really more like fall fares.
And more online anytime at clark.com. Still to come, 10 children found in what's described as a torture chamber. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:36.
It takes a lot of work and people to put on a live radio station. But being in the moment with us, live and local, is something you can't get anywhere else. WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
Specialty Motor Works offers complete foreign car service and repairs. From oil changes and brake jobs to electrical systems and transmissions, you can trust Specialty for quality repairs.
Specialty Motor Works, your hometown auto experts.
Summer isn't just a season, it's a feeling. Ziplining through a rainforest in Maui. Mountain biking in Sedona. And of course, driving off in a new Lexus during the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select luxury SUVs now through September 2nd, because the greatest measure of an automobile is how it makes you feel. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
If you're thinking about going to nursing school but aren't sure how to get started, join us at Galen College of Nursing's upcoming open house. Here, you'll meet with friendly and helpful faculty, current students, and academic advisors who can help you get comfortable with admissions and enrollment. Plus, you'll tour our campus and learn all about Galen's personalized student support. RSVP now for our open house on Thursday, July 31st from 4 to 6 p.m. by visiting galencollege.edu/Cincinnati.
Looking for the best deals on a new Hyundai? You'll find them at Joseph Airport Hyundai. We're fully stocked with the latest Santa Fe, Tucson, and Palisade SUVs, perfect for your next adventure. Need an affordable, fuel-efficient sedan? Check out the stylish Elantra and Sonata. At Joseph Airport Hyundai, we make car buying easy with low prices, a huge selection, and a hassle-free experience. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and owner's assurance at no charge to you. Great cars, great service, great savings. Find your perfect Hyundai today at josephairporthyundai.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your bathroom? Look no further than Bathmasters, celebrating our 10th anniversary with a fresh new look, featuring our adorable mascot, Oscar the Otter. And guess what? We're offering up to $2,000 off your bathroom remodel. Google Bathmasters and call us today.
The area's only all news and talk radio station. That means we're talking about what you're talking about. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning. I'm Larry Hansgen, and we are going to have another hot one today. In fact, our heat advisory kicks in at 11, runs till 8 tonight. Temperatures low 90s, but the heat index over 100. 74 degrees now at 7:39.
21 minutes before 8 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, we're tracking another hot and humid day today across the Miami Valley.
And you may be wondering, why do we have the heat advisory in effect for today? It's not due to the air temperature. It's actually due to the heat index. And that's where we factor in the air temperature and the dew point, giving us those feels like temperatures this afternoon exceeding 100 degrees in spots.
That's Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
In Greene County, a popular clothing store at the Green has announced a temporary closure.
American Eagle is closed for HVAC repairs and renovations. According to a social media post from the shopping center, the shop will reopen at the end of August. However, the exact date has not been announced.
That is WHIO's Christine Bellino.
An Idaho judge sends Brian Kohberger to prison for the rest of his life in the deaths of 4 college students 3 years ago.
I remand the defendant to the custody of the Idaho State Board of Corrections for to be imprisoned in an appropriate facility and execution of the sentence where he will remain until he dies.
Kohberger murdered the 4 University of Idaho students inside of a rental home in 2022.
In another tragic development this morning, at least 10 children kept in an Alabama torture chamber for 3 years.
Cops say the kids, some as young as 2 years old, were sexually tortured with shock collars as part of a sex trafficking ring. Bibb County Sheriff's deputies say the sex ring was organized by some of the victims' own parents. 7 people are in custody. They face various sex and human trafficking charges. Cops say the children were held in a filthy storm bunker where despicable acts would take place.
That's Fox's Gary Baumgarten.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
The South Park standoff now over.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone have extended their deal with Paramount Global for 5 more years of their hit series South Park. The massive agreement includes 50 new episodes and exclusive streaming rights to all 26 seasons on Paramount Plus. New episodes will continue to premiere on Comedy Central and stream on Paramount the next day.
That's Fox's Michelle Polino. WHIO News Time 741.
This is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen with a look ahead. Our 5-day forecast will help you make weekend plans as we hear from Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
For your Thursday, lots of sunshine, just a 20% chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm with a high in the lower 90s. Better chances for showers and storms arrive Friday and Saturday. High temperatures climbing into the upper 80s both afternoons. A lingering thunderstorm possible on Sunday with highs close to 90, and we're back into the lower 90s and staying muggy for Monday with more sunshine.
Live Doppler 7 radar clear 68 in Springfield, 72 in Xenia, 74 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This is a WHIO Red Alert traffic update.
Now here's a report from Will Taylor.
Larry, a big issue on southbound 75 near the Miami-Montgomery County line. Right now, the right lane is blocked. A vehicle is flipped over on its top in the shoulder as crews are trying to clear that out. This has created about a 15-minute backup now, so I would get off 75 either at County Road 25A or State Route 571, and you can re-enter southbound 75 at National Road. That should save you some time. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
On Wall Street, the Dow closed up 507 points. Good day. 45,010, the closing number yesterday when the bell rang. And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, LSN might cancel its August break. Why? That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:43.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
You've told us that the most important thing about our station is the weather. It's a big responsibility and something we don't take for granted. If there is ever a tornado or severe thunderstorm happening, we have a building full of Storm Center 7 meteorologists and will always provide continuous news, breaking in and giving you non-stop coverage. Plus, hear the weather 24 hours a day, every 15 minutes. It's a promise from 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. July 20th, 1957. Former Ohio governor and founder of WHIO Radio, James Cox, dies at the age of 87.
I'm going to step off the limb.
July 20th, 1969, Wapakoneta's Neil Armstrong becomes the first person to step on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
July 21st, 2024, President Joe Biden abandons his campaign for a second term and endorses Vice President Kamala Harris.
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
July 22nd, 1934, Public Enemy number 1, John Dillinger, is shot dead by federal agents outside a movie theater in Chicago. And July 24th, 1982, Survivor's Eye of the Tiger from the Rocky III soundtrack starts a 6-week run at number 1. For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our number one priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
I'm Ron Otto with my Sports Rundown, my opinion on the big stories in sports. While the Cincinnati Reds are trending up, my Cleveland Guardians are trending down. And to me, it comes down to two organizational problems. They rarely spend money, and they can't develop position players. It's one thing if you don't have a big payroll, but you need to fill the holes with a solid minor league system. Pitching hasn't been the problem, but the only position players they've developed since the 90s have been Francisco Lindor, Victor Martinez, Jose Ramirez, and Steven Kwan. And Lindor is in New York, and Martinez is retired. It could also come down to basic philosophy. The powers that be keep telling us, just make it to the playoffs. Anything can happen. I say spend a little more money and make something happen. Saying anything can happen is like not investing in retirement, then relying on a winning lottery ticket to pay for it. Anything can happen, right? I'm Ron Otto, and that's my Sports Rundown.
Dayton's only all-local news radio station. The power of WHIO Radio and News Center 7 means you'll know first. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen, Rick rolling on a Thursday. We get 74 degrees at 7:46, and the big three things you need to know. Partly cloudy and hot today, high in the low 90s, but a heat index over 100. And we got a traffic red alert. Southbound 75, the Miami-Montgomery County line, the right-hand lane is blocked. In our top stories, 7-year-old Herschel Creechbaum's mother and her boyfriend in court today.
Ashley Johnson and Michael Kendrick facing charges in connection to the young boy's care, disappearance, and discovery. WHIO's Ron Otto reports.
Cops say Creechbaum's body parts were found in bags near McGuire Street. The coroner's office says the remains contained an incomplete skeleton and very little tissue.
And police report also suggesting that Herschel had several bone fractures. And we're going to be following today's court proceedings, and we'll bring you any new details as we learn them.
Well, we aren't the only Buckeye State region dealing with this brutally hot weather.
While we do have a heat advisory today for the entire Miami Valley, it's not just us locally. In fact, 82 of Ohio's 88 counties are currently under a heat advisory for today, as those heat index values are forecast to potentially exceed 100 degrees at times.
That's Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
Now, Premier Health making its first statement on a data breach it suffered 2 years ago.
The healthcare provider says it discovered suspicious activity on its systems on July 12th, 2023. Some information was stolen, including names, birth dates, social security numbers, and driver's license numbers. Premier says there's no evidence of any misuse of the information.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor, the network reaching out to people whose information was compromised.
CIXA planning to build a second location, returning to Kettering after leaving that city 5 years ago.
They plan to build the location to focus on growing community support services, but their current location will remain the primary pet adoption center.
That's WHIO's Sierra Lawson. CIXA initially hoped to renovate or rebuild their previous location on Wilmington Pike, but found it too expensive.
Senate Republican leaders considering whether to shorten or even cancel their August recess after President Trump called for them to finish confirming his nominees. Ohio Republican Senator John Husted telling Fox News Channel's Fox News at Night he's open to the idea if necessary.
We've got to get the job done, and we've got to send a message to the Democrats that even though you have no agenda and the only thing you have is obstruction, we're not going to let you do it.
Now, Senate Democrats have held up confirmations in protest to the president's policies. More than 130 nominations still need to be considered.
President Trump's order seeking to end birthright citizenship has been ruled unconstitutional again.
The executive order would deny citizenship to children born to illegal immigrants. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling will block the Trump administration from enforcing it. The ruling comes after Trump's plan was also blocked by a federal judge in New Hampshire.
That's Fox's Tom Rigatti.
Now, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham announced the reissue of their only duo album.
Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham have announced they're finally reissuing Buckingham Nicks, their sole duo album more than 5 decades after its 1973 release. The remastered version, sourced from the original analog tapes, arrives September 19th.
That is Fox's Michelle Polino, WHIO News Time 749.
And this is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day extended forecast will help you make your plans as we hear from Storm Center 7 weather specialist Nick Dunn.
For your Thursday, the Storm Center 7 forecast calls for mainly sunny sky, just a 20% chance of a pop-up this afternoon with highs in the lower 90s, although those rain chances, they are certainly on the increase for Friday and Saturday. Showers and thunderstorms likely with highs in the middle to upper 80s. For Sunday, a lingering thunderstorm with highs in the upper 80s to near 90, and we're back into the lower 90s to kick off the new work week on Monday with more sunshine.
Our live Doppler 7 radar is clear. We have 68 in Springfield, 72 in Xenia, 74 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This is a WHIO Red Alert traffic update.
Problem on I-75, here's Will Taylor.
Yep, the southbound 75 near the Miami-Montgomery County line. The right lane is blocked. The vehicle was flipped on its top. I did just watch crews flip the vehicle back over, so that might be good news. This might be clearing up soon. However, it is not clearing up right now it's about a 15-minute delay. So I would avoid southbound 75. If you can get off at County Road 25A or State Route 571, you can then re-enter southbound 75 past the Miami-Montgomery County line, past all the backup. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Will Taylor, WHIO, Triple Team Traffic.
Uber is testing a new feature that allows women to choose female drivers and female drivers then can choose female riders. The pilot program being rolled out in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit. Well, still to come, is there something you could drink that's going to make you look special? We'll discuss in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time 7:51.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Is your car's AC acting up? Keep cool this summer by visiting your trusted automotive air conditioning repair experts. Breathe a little easier by making an appointment today at grismertire.com.
A lot of weird stuff happens around here overnight. That's why we feature Dayton's only all-news morning show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning. Miami Valley's morning news is on WHIO. WHIO, Dayton's news and talk. Depend on it.
Hi.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me, they calmed me down, they made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-725-4922. 800-725-4922. 800-725-4922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free courses online. Free online courses with some of the best faculty. Learn about the Constitution, the stories of the book of Genesis, the rise and fall of the Roman Republic, or the history of the ancient Christian church with Hillsdale College's free online courses. And they're launching a new one, Understanding capitalism. Boy, do we need this now than ever, more than ever. In 7 lectures, you'll learn about the role of profit and loss, how human nature plays a role in our economic system, why capitalism depends on private property rights, the rule of law, and above all else, freedom, and why capitalism is ultimately a system that encourages morality rather than undermining it. Now, it's a great course. It's highly entertaining. It's only 7 lectures. It's worth your time. Go right now to Eric, E-R-I-C-K, ericforhillsdale.com to enroll. There's no cost. It's easy to get started. That's ericforhillsdale.com to register. E-R-I-C-K, ericforhillsdale.com.
Good morning, Dayton. You're waking up with the information you need to start the day. Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning. I'm Larry Hansgen. The sun is up, and even though we're going to have a little bit more clouds than we saw yesterday, it's still going to be stinking hot. Temperatures low 90s, heat index over 100, and the heat advisory kicking in at 11, lasts till 8 tonight. It will be a hot Thursday night golf league at Walnut Grove, but we'll persevere. 74 degrees now at 7:55. Okay, guys, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
According to a study by the travel website Cheap Caribbean, 80% of people say when they see someone drinking this, they think they're an adventurous type. What is that drink?
Oh.
Brittany Otto.
They think they're adventurous?
Adventurous.
They see them drinking this. A margarita.
Okay, Brittany says margarita. Jeremy?
Just for fun, chocolate milk.
Ooh.
Just a curveball.
I like the way you think. Will Taylor?
Is mezcal the thing with the worm in it? Or that's my guess, mezcal.
Mezcal, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dalton? You're not old enough to answer this question. Legally. You can illegally. Show me a fake ID and you can answer the question.
I'm going to say a Long Island iced tea.
Okay. You are all wrong.
Oh,
come on.
Not chocolate milk? Oh.
No, it's not chocolate milk, okay? And it's not mezcal, nor a margarita, nor a Long Island iced tea. It's a Bloody Mary.
Really?
Oh.
Adventurous, yeah.
Adventurous?
Yeah.
Call me Indiana Jones.
Right?
Well, so I obviously got a chance to look at this before you guys did, so I gave it some thought.
Okay.
And I wonder if the time of day has something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you see someone drinking a Bloody Mary during happy hour, I don't know if that's going to move the scales.
Yeah.
But when you see someone having a bloody in the morning, like, okay.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What's the old saying? You can't drink all day unless you start in the morning.
Right, yeah.
So maybe that's where it comes from. So.
Or maybe because they're so crazy anymore, Bloody Marys. They have like all the toppings and stuff on them,
Yeah.
So maybe that makes you look adventurous.
I hate a drink that looks like one of Carmen Miranda's hats, which I really dated myself there. We're talking about a film star of the 40s, but
I got it.
Yeah, I got the reference. Yeah,
I didn't,
right, but
that's okay.
Yeah, so but yeah, I mean, I've seen like we'll have a piece of bacon and a celery and I like a good Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
nice and spicy. Put a stalk of celery in so I can stir it. That's all I need.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we've got work to do, though. And our top story today involves a court hearing that we will be keeping a very close eye on for you. It's 7:58.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
So there's something that I've done that I should have done a long time ago. And if you're not doing it, I want you to. Because I missed an email from a good friend that was important. There's something going on in his life. And it's because I get a zillion emails from companies, marketing companies that I've signed up with for services, whatever. You should have segregated a separate email address for non-personal things, business things, commercial things, retail things, so that the things that really matter, which are not things, it's people in your life, they come in your key personal email. Everything else is shunted away.
Clark is WHIO's consumer warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's morning news on WHIO.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Oh, hi there. Looks like my main sewer drain is clogged. Can you...
Welcome to our helpful phone tree.
Yes, so helpful.
You have 35 options. Please listen before making your selection.
I just want someone to get my main drain...
Well, why don't you call the Wright brothers?
The Wright brothers, of course. Actual humans answer their phones.
If you like that sort of thing.
I do, actually.
Fine. Call the Wright brothers. They fix main sewer drains.
That's what I need.
And they'll clear it for just $90.
Perfect. How do I get hold of them?
Must I do everything?
I'm calling the Wright brothers.
I'm Luke, and this is my brother Graham. We're the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers to get your main drain clear. And we'll do it in one visit for just $90. Call us up and speak to someone helpful.
I heard that.
And get your main drain clear for just $90. When you need help fast, you should call the Wright brothers. Make the right call. Call the Wright brothers.
Hi, this is Larry Hanskin. Summer's here, painting season, but not for me. I'll never lift a paintbrush again. Instead, I call my friends at University Painters. Call Chris today at 937-630-3800 for your free estimate and save 50% off all paint and materials. And don't just think about the outside of your home during summer. Now's also a great time to spruce things up inside. Call today, 937-630-3800 or online, universitypainters.com.
Have no fear, Enting is here. Enting Water Conditioning is now offering an industry-leading 7-year no-fear warranty on our water softener systems. Sleep easy knowing all parts and labor are covered for 7